How's it going?
Okay, so this guy looking for a job one morning. He's looking through the newspaper, and he's looking through the newspaper for a job, you know, but he didn't have any arms, so he's like looking around for a job, and then so he finds this one job, and it's to ring the bell at the church. So he's like, oh, I could do that. So he goes out the door and he gets his hat with his teeth and flips up on his head, and he goes walking down the street. You know, he has no arms, and he goes walking like 3 miles down the street and comes up to this church, and he knocks on the door with his head like that, and then the priest is there, and he's like, yes, my son, and then he says, oh, Father, I'd like to get the job you have to ring the bell. He's like, but you have no arms, my son. And he says, oh yeah, you think I didn't think of that? I walked all the way down here. He's like, well, you must ring the bell. And he's like, yeah, I know, so just show me the bell. No, but you'll have to prove you could ring the bell. He's like, well, show me the bell and I'll prove it to you. So then they go walking up, you know, it's like 4 flights of stairs, and they're going up the spiral staircase and everything. And they get to the very, very top, and the guy backs up and he leans forward, and he goes running and he jumps and he hits the bell and it goes boom, and the priest's like all like freaked out and stuff, but then the guy's like, so do I get the job? And then the priest says, well, yes, you can have the job, because he could ring the bell. So then he does that for like 3 months. Every day he goes to the walking down the road, and he goes up the 4 flights of stairs, and he backs up, he leans forward, and he runs, and he jumps and he hits the bell, and it goes boom. And then he's like, his face by this time is all bloody and it's all caved in and shit, because he's been hitting his face against the bell every day for 3 months. And so one day it's like 3 o'clock, so he's already rung the bell like a lot of times. So he gets up to the top and he backs up and he leans forward and he goes running and he jumps and he misses the bell and he goes flying down out the window, down the 4 flights of stairs, hits the floor and the pavement, and he just splats all over the ground. And there's people all gather around, and this guy leans down and cradles his head, and he's like, all his body's all smashed around. And then some woman comes up, she's like, oh, who is it, who is it? And the guy's down there cradling his head, and he looks at the guy's face, and he looks back up at the woman, and he says, I don't know his name, but his face rings a bell.